my name is Taylor Davis and welcome to the DriveDown YouTube channel. You may be wondering, what is DriveDown? Given that this is our first video, we felt it was probably best to start off explaining what DriveDown is. So what DriveDown is it's a unique online car buying experience. Still sort of in its infancy. We're getting everything up and running, and there will be more information to come, but all you need to know, the premise is that you're in the driver's seat. Myself and two partners came up with this idea because we were sick of dealing with other online marketplaces that we felt weren't as good as they could be or as good as they needed to be. So more details to come, but this is the associated YouTube channel. The reason we want to do a YouTube channel is because we're all really big car guys. We all are on YouTube watching different car reviewers go about, their methods and how they do everything, and we just wanted to take our own stab at it. So our approach is going to be pretty casual, pretty informal. Just going to be going through the cars, walking through them, exterior, interior, cool details that we feel is worth showing to you, and then going on a drive, and not without some exhaust clips. We all know that's important. So wanted to start here today with the 2021 BMW M850. So let's start here in the front of the car. Definitely a very aggressive look. The M850 obviously comes standard with the M Sport package, which is going to get you this sort of lower front bumper, the side skirts, and then the rear bumper as well. But definitely a very aggressive looking car. Still very BMW. Thank God they haven't put the giant grills on this one, right? This one also has the optional Shadowline package, so you get that dark gray, sort of almost black chrome grille, which I really like. We have the laser light headlights, which are unbelievable at night, and they have auto brights as well. Another cool touch, actually, which you probably, I don't know if you've ever noticed it, but this car actually has a little rubber piece down here, I think for, a little added downforce stability. I mean, I don't know who buying this car would really even care about that, but that is something. Then moving along to the side. So I think this is definitely the car's best angle. I think the 8 Series Coupe itself is very good looking, but the Grand Coupe obviously just stretches it, taking that formula that started with the 6 Series, back in the sort of earlier 2010s. I think this car really, really is a stunner in person, and I think does look better than the Coupe. Another nice thing that the Grand Coupe gets is it actually gets this sort of flared trunk. I'm not sure why this car has it and the Coupe doesn't. It's definitely just, got this sort of built-in spoiler here, and the Coupe I know has a little lip spoiler, but I think this car just looks awesome. And actually, real exhaust, kind of, kind of, if you want to count those. Yeah, definitely just a really, really good looking car in person. Obviously we have our assortment of fake vents, as every car does today, but in general, I mean, you definitely have a nice contour here, nice sort of hip line to the car, nice body line that extends down the side of the car. And the front is, like I said, very low and aggressive, but I think the back and front really pair well. I think this car really doesn't have a bad angle, honestly. I think it looks really, really special. This one as well, I think this spec is pretty nice too. So we have the black wheels as well, and then something that I love, the black brakes. So BMW, for a long time on the M Performance models and M models, you can only get blue brakes. But now actually you can order the cars with red or black calipers. And I'm a big fan of the black because I just like how they sort of blend in. They're not garish, they don't stand out. So yeah, overall, I think in person, this car is definitely a sort of low, long looking car, super good looking in person. And if it's something that you are interested, I do recommend that you go check one out in person because you definitely won't be disappointed in how this car looks. So one thing I did mention is that this car does have the optional carbon roof, which if we look down here on the window sticker, is a whopping $2,800. This car comes standard with a panoramic roof, and the carbon roof is optional. I think it is very, very cool. Would I pay $2,800 for it? Probably not, given that this is not really like a full fat, M car. But as we'll see later when I drive it, I actually think this car might be the buy over the M8 just because of the price. I mean, so just to talk about price for a second, this car, if I can zoom in here, is $117, and it starts at $108. So, if you're looking at an M8 Grand Coupe, that car is going to be easily $150,000, $160,000. So, you would have to decide, is it worth the extra, $50,000 over this car, which I honestly, I don't know. Now, this is going to be the start of the technical portion where I'm going to talk about the engine, driveline, transmission, all that good stuff, 0 to 60 performance facts. So if you don't have interest in that, feel free to skip ahead to the driving portion, but things are about to get a little nerdy in here. So like I said, if you're not interested, skip ahead. Let's get started. So, talking about the engine. So this is the N63 twin turbo V8 from BMW. It's 4.4 liters, and like I said, 2 turbochargers. This is one of the first hot V engines, quote unquote, which Mercedes now has with their 4-liter V8, Audi, and sort of Volkswagen Auto Group, it's in everything, has. But this was one of the first to do it. This motor came out in 2009 in the F017 series. It's no secret that this motor has had some reliability issues, namely valve stem seals and a couple of other things, just oil leaking out of every orifice. But they've really perfected it, and this is actually a good version. This is the N63R. So the original was N63, then N63TU, which had 450 horsepower, and now we're at the N63R. This motor can be found in any of the M50 models or the 750. So X5 M50, X7 M50, M550, the M850, and then the 750 all have this engine. It is a complete and utter powerhouse. I mean, these motors have gotten so good now. So I did remove the plastic cover, which, you know, every car has all the plastic on it now, so I wanted you guys to be able to see it. So what we can see here is we have our 2 turbochargers right here. The interesting thing is that actually the exhaust sort of goes off the back of the engine. It's kind of like a weird situation, weird sort of arrangement. You can see the turbos, like I said, are right here. And yeah, it's pretty packed in here, but yeah, the motor makes power absolutely everywhere and sounds really good in the process, which you will see in a bit. Now that we've talked about the motor itself, I wanted to talk about some performance specs on this car. So this car makes 523 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque, which honestly is just so ridiculous how much power this car makes and how much power cars make in general today. This car is a little bit of a porker, 4,700 pounds, so definitely not a lightweight by any means, but it takes care of that with just brute force. 3.3, 3.5, you know, around that range to 60, and under 12 seconds in the quarter mile, which is just... Want to talk a little bit about driveline as well. So we have an all-wheel drive system. As I said, it's the M850i xDrive. It only comes in all-wheel drive. Has a limited slip in the back. These cars typically run around a 60% rear, 40% front sort of distribution in everyday driving, and then can send up to 100% to the front or to the rear, from my understanding. And like I said, a limited slip in the rear, so you know, you still do get that rotation under power, which I personally like a lot. We do have also M Sport brakes as standard on this car. Like I said, these are painted in the black, which I love. It's a 4-piston fixed front caliper, and then a 2-piston sliding rear caliper. Why they don't just do a fixed one in the back to make it nice and pretty, I don't know. The car also has an active rear steering system. Typically, I hate active steering systems of any kind. I had an E92, so that's a 2011 335, and they were doing active steering on those. And I really didn't like it. I felt that it wasn't natural at all. But this car, it makes it feel so much more agile that I honestly can see the benefit, especially as long as this car is as well. In parking lots, it does help. And I'll see if I can get a camera so you can see actually the wheels turning. So what it is that I believe below a certain speed, so at lower speeds, it turns in the opposite of the front wheels. And then at highway speeds or faster speeds, it turns in the same direction. And that actually allows you to have added stability at those higher speeds, which is nice. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. Running through the ZF 8-speed, you know, that every car seems to have. I do think BMW is the best at tuning this transmission. The shifts are really quick, super smooth and automatic. But yeah, I think that pretty much, you know, takes care of our technical overview. Maybe one last thing is to talk about tires. So this car comes on, you can get 19-inch all season, 19-inch wheels with all season tires. You can get 20s. So these are 20s and they have P0s. That seems to be the standard choice for BMW for the summer tires on this car. And then there actually is a high performance tire and cooling package, which that actually comes with Potenza's S007s, which I'll actually post a little video of those, as there's one in the showroom that has that. they look like autocross tires. I can't imagine having this car on them. It would probably be hilarious and just destroy everything at an autocross or a track day. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the standard tire you're going to see in the standard wheel that comes in 3 different finishes on this BMW. All right, so there's only one more thing to do for the overview, and that's to take a look at the interior. So like I said, this vehicle is the bluestone with the ivory white interior. One sort of criticism that I have is, first of all, it's a lot of ivory, right? A lot of white we got going on. But then these light carpets, I mean, living here in Cleveland, you would just absolutely trash these. That's really a concern that I would have. But otherwise, you know, pretty standard BMW fare in here. Everything's really high quality. Everything feels pretty nice. Let's just hop in. Shut the door. So sitting in here, it definitely is very, very comfortable. I do like the carbon trim on this car as well. I think if you're gonna have a car like this, you should have the carbon trim. Let's start her up. Nice V8 rumble, which you'll hear a little bit more. And then, you know, we have the newest version, which is iDrive 7. I think it's great. We have wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. Really, honestly, great to use. There are plenty of really good sort of reviews of this system online. That's not really what we're going for. You know, we're going to let other sort of channels, you know, handle sort of, you know, the really, really deep dives. I just want to give you guys sort of a quick impression of these cars and what they're like to drive and, you know, look at and everything from just an everyday typical car guy. Nice thing this car has as well, it's got that Alcantara headliner, which I'm always a sucker for. And the seats, you know, they do have adjustable side bolsters, but they are, you know, really comfortable, pretty supportive. And then actually I'm going to go hop in the back as well. So let's do that. All right, so you find me in the back of the M850 Grand Coupe. Honestly, a lot of room back here. So you can see the seat is adjusted to where I would normally be, and I got a ton of knee room. Even with this sloped rear roof, you know, I have plenty of headroom. We got a nice little center console here with some USB-C plugs. We have our own little AC heat back here. We have heated seats. And then in the middle here, you got a couple cup holders and a nice little storage thing back here. But yeah, overall, I mean, pretty nice place to be, you know, with as good as this car looks inside. So yeah, I think that pretty much, you know, covers the entire interior overview. And let's get on the road and see how it drives. But before we do that, let's give her a little rev. Well, you may notice that I'm no longer alone. Say hi, Mitch.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm Mitch.
This is Mitch's first time on camera, so if he's a little...
I'm a little nervous.
If he's a little nervous, just cut him a break, okay? So the reason I brought Mitch in the car is because he actually is one of the partners I was talking about. It was actually all his idea. He's the one that brought us together. So wanted to have him sort of, you know, be in the video. I'm probably going to be doing the, you know, overviews, all that stuff, because as they know, I can talk, right? Quite a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. So I'm going to be doing that part. And then, you know, I may be having Mitch, you know, hop in for some of the drives because, you know, we both love cars equally. Mitch, I don't know if you want to talk about maybe how you sort of brought us together or sort of...
Yeah, so we're all big car guys, and we've been friends for some time, and we thought of this idea together to make a new online marketplace called DriveDown, and we've been putting all our thoughts together and developing it, and it'll be out soon, and yeah, we're really excited about it, and we hope you guys are excited about it too.
Cool. Well, they'll learn more too also. Right now it's hard to be excited about it, but we can be excited about this car. So, driving the 2021 M850.
He's not eligible for the Supermax, long story short.
Okay.
So there's
that's going to be one thing I want to actually talk about. Gesture control. Stupid. I don't know why BMW did it. I don't know why other companies are doing it, but it's awful and they shouldn't do it. So, I think I just turned on the radio by doing that. It's awful. So don't get it in a car if it's an option, whatever, or just turn it off if you have it. Okay, driving this car. wanted to take it sort of, it's in comfort right now. We're about to go up on the highway, just, you know, do a little pull on the on-ramp, but then just drive down the highway and show that, you know, this car really, we're both enthusiasts. We love, I mean, most of our cars have manual transmissions, except your turbos, PDK. Just kidding. But so, the best automatic you can have, right?
Yeah,
PDK?
It's incredible.
But so, you know, what we want to do is show how this car is to live with and how comfortable it is, because we both have, like I said, manual transmission cars, and this is not that. I mean, the buyer for this is not that, right? I mean, it's somebody who wants a really comfortable car, day-to-day, luxurious, which this car is. But what we'll show you is that this car can definitely play the game if you want to, and can be a quite impressive driver's car as well. So here, we're about to hop on the on-ramp, do a little pull, switching over to Sport Plus. So, all right, let's go second gear, about 3,500.
Wow.
Suddenly the 3.5 to 60 and 11.5 in the quarter becomes believable.
It's believable, yeah.
I mean, but that's, and then, so here, so we're back in comfort now. I mean, very little wind noise. Rides really well, and we're on 20s. I mean, the tires are pretty thin on this too, and still it rides pretty nice, right? What do you think?
As smooth as can be, honestly.
So, you know, I think when you think about the competitors to this car, would definitely be the probably what, Mercedes AMG GT 4-door, right? Panamera probably.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that if you're going to be buying a car like this, you obviously need to drive them, but I think that this car really does make a strong case for itself, you know, as an entire package. You know, I think along, AC a little bit, it's getting a little chilly in here, but so, you know, I think what this car actually makes a case for itself, along with the other M Performance models, being like the M340, which you've driven, like the X5 M50, X7 M50, X3 M40, which you had for a little while, just so well-rounded.
Yeah.
Because I think they can sharpen up and they can become a really good driver's car when you want them to, but then they're really, really comfortable and more livable than like a true M.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is absolutely an everyday car. You can drive in the winter with all-wheel drive, throw some snows on it, and in the summer you're not going to get really a faster car. So
no, I mean, how ridiculous is that? It honestly shocks me every time how fast these cars have gotten. So I'm, you know, mostly a BMW guy, but Mitch has had a lot of other cars. Mitch, what do you think about BMW's new, you know, infotainment and everything like that compared to some of the other ones?
I like it a lot. I mean, everyone's obviously going towards having the dual screens, which I do like a lot. I mean, it's easy to use. Every different brand has different quirks, but I think it's great. Besides the gesture control can kind of throw it off sometimes, but
I don't understand. Did your X3 have it or no?
Yes, it did.
Did you ever use it?
No, I mean, I wasn't driving that car too often, but no, I didn't even look into how to use it. So.
Why? Like, under what circumstance it just did it? That just did it by me doing that. Did you hear that little?
Oh, I thought that.
Under what circumstances anybody need that? Comment below if you actually use gesture control, because I'm concerned for you. And we're gonna need to let your friends and family know, because we're worried about you. All right, so we're getting to a good stretch of road here. Let's put it in sport. Now, has a little mind of its own. So sport mode is configurable in this car. What you can configure is you can configure the damping, the transmission, the engine, and the steering. So we have a couple different options here. I mean, that torque, right? I mean, for such a big car, I mean, like I said, 4,700 pounds. I mean, you know, really. And then, you know, so we're in Sport Plus, so we have everything the most aggressive right now, and it's still, the ride feels really controlled, but it feels good still. It's not like bone shattering. My thing is too, I mean, this car's on those rubber band 20s. I mean, you know, we don't have much tires, much sidewall to work with here. I mean, just a little composure. Nice thing is, did you hear the farts when you like lift off? Like,
yeah, I love it.
That.
burbles.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that. Like every engine manufacturer from like 2011 on was like all the pops. So let's see what she can do. Let's see if the big girl can dance. It's all-wheel drive, so we have plenty of traction right out the. I mean, that is so ridiculous. So let's see how she feels in here. So yeah, I mean, it feels really, honestly, impressively agile.
That shift was just butter.
I know, yeah. It's that ZF, man. Like I said, I think BMW really does the best programming of it. I mean, that's just like 2,500 RPM. See, and the thing that you can't capture on video is, and I hope you're getting from our reactions, because you can't capture how fast the car feels, right?
Yeah.
So we got a little. And then powering out. I mean, just so much traction. You know, I mean, it's 30 degrees and we're on summer tires. You know, I mean, it's good. Just a little dip here. Oh, that guy's having some fun! But yeah, I mean, it just, honestly, I mean, it doesn't have that, like, precision. But, I mean, I've driven an M8, and this, honestly, I mean, this feels good. Brake pedal feels good, not over boosted or anything. Yeah, I mean, for a big car though, man. Oh, there's a little understeer. There's understeer, which is built in these. You gotta accept that that's where it's gonna go first. I mean, for a 4,700 pound car though, right? Oh yeah, you felt the tires there. I mean, it's cold out today. That's all understeer, 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 understeer. Oh my, I mean, come on though. I mean, for what this car is, you can't be mad at that, right? You absolutely can't be mad at that. I mean, that's impressive. And then the nice thing is, you know, here we go. Back into comfort, and it's silent.
Yep.
You don't hear anything. All right, you ready to drive?
I'm ready.
All right, we're gonna swap it over. All right, swapped over. Like I said, Mitch has actually never driven one of these cars before. How does it feel?
It's
good.
Great, yeah. I mean, super comfortable. Love the steering wheel.
And here's one thing I do want to talk about on this channel. There are definitely going to be, you know, videos where people are really critical on cars and stuff. I mean, we're just going to be honest, though. I mean, how do you expect us to be super critical and hard on a car that's, you know, $117,000 and is, you know, 530 horsepower twin turbo V8? I mean, you know, there's a lot to like here. I mean, even in comfort, I mean, it's just nice. Well, we put in sport.
Yes.
So now you got to shift the paddles. Jesus Christ. It really does feel faster from the passenger seat.
Yeah, just puts a smile on your face.
Ooh, oh my God. Oh boy, we're stuck behind a RAV4 right now. You're gonna catch up with us in a little bit. So do you feel the rear steering?
Yeah, I really do.
Like it definitely.
Yeah, for a car this large, comfortable to take these turns.
And then power out,
yeah,
like.
I mean.
Jesus. Just lean into it a little here. I just want to feel it. I want to feel it. I mean, look. Dude.
Yeah, we're in 5th gear.
Yeah, I mean,
going 50 to 60 and it's just pulling.
It's like a freight train. All right, so we're gonna put her back in comfort, drive, try and collect our thoughts a little bit. So I guess this is really our first time, you know, doing one of these videos. So in terms of conclusion, I mean, you know, we're not gonna do like a DriveDown score or anything like that. You know, I think we just wanna give you our general opinion of the car. You know, it's hard because this is a very expensive car. So even thinking for me about like, you know, buying this car, I mean, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
It's not for everybody, but you know, I think if you are looking in this segment, I think it is a really, really, really compelling, well-rounded package. I think it's got really good tech. It has a really nice interior. It feels like it's worth $110,000 $17,000.
Yeah,
Would you agree?
They've done a really nice job updating the interior and all the buttons and everything, just the trim around the air conditioning vents, everything.
And I think
looks and feels.
Yeah, I think
solid
and I think this center console, you know, I mean, you have the screens for like the air conditioning settings and stuff. I think that's really nice. It splits opinions. BMW's live cockpit, the gauges. I mean, a lot of people don't like how they go the reverse direction, but I think it's nice. I mean, whisper quiet in here, good sound system. You can actually get the Bowers and Wilkins if you want, but I think it's like $3,400. But when you're spending $117, who cares, right? Overall, I think when I think about my concluding thoughts on this vehicle is well-rounded. Do everything, which for $117,000, you want your car to do everything. Yeah. But I think the thing that shocks me about it is that when you drive it like that, drive it aggressively, you know, it can hang. Now, 99.8% of people who own this car are not gonna do that, right? No. I mean, but if you wanted to take this thing to a track day, you could have a hell of a time, especially if you get that cooling high performance tire package and get those sticky Potenzas. I mean, those are like ridiculous tires. So, you know, overall, I think for the money, it definitely feels like it's worth the money.
Yeah.
There are plenty of cars, I think, at this price point that you drive and you're like, this car's not worth the money. But I just think it really feels so well resolved, from the engine to the transmission to the rear steering, which I actually like, which I thought I was going to hate. I mean, just everything feels solid. You got leather.
I mean, it's always a telltale sign when I'm going 50 and it feels like it's just smooth. It doesn't feel like it's
doesn't feel like it's trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quiet. It's just smooth.
But if you're a car person that wants something that's going to be comfortable, but also allows you, my gauge of a car, is it comfortable? Can you live with it day to day? But when you want to be an idiot, can you be an idiot? You can be an idiot in this car, for sure. Maybe too big of an idiot. And then I think also the way this car looks is really a big piece of it.
Yeah. I
think this car looks unbelievable because you can get this same performance in an M550. But this car offers you that look, which I think it looks unbelievable in person. Long, low. I mean, I think it's nice. So yeah, I guess in conclusion, I think we both definitely like this car. I think for the money, if you're in the market for this kind of car, I think it's an appealing package. I think it does everything. I think really it doesn't leave you wanting. And like I said, if you're looking for a channel where people are going to be ripping cars apart and saying, oh, these BMWs have lost their way, they're not sharp, or, you know, if you're driving an Audi, like, oh, the engine's over the front axle, it steers like crap, whatever, like, that's not going to be us. You know, we enjoy the cars and we appreciate them for what they are. So overall, 2021 M850, I'm not even going to do like a score out of 10. It's thumbs up for me.
Yeah.
I mean, thumbs up. So I guess that's kind of, you know, the end of our review here with the 2021 M850. You know, keep an eye out definitely for more content in the future and more information on DriveDown. This, like I said, is our first video. Yeah. So any thoughts, comments, concerns, questions that you have, feel free to post them below. We're all ears. I think we want to make this channel something that can be really fun and exciting. I think we would love to do podcasts and other content, you know, as much as people want. So I think that's going to do it here for us. I'm Taylor Davis.
I'm Mitch.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.